Hello, beautiful chosen one, and welcome to this message. You guys have already seen the title. You are a powerful light worker. You know this. You are here for healing of your lineage, of your soul, calling back soul fragments, becoming whole again, and helping others to do the same. Your light is infectious. Your light infects the darkness. More than being a light worker, this is specific, you are a shadow worker. Meaning you have spent a lot of your life in the shadows, in the pain, discomfort, in the trials and tribulations. You have not had an easy ride in this life. But you knew why you were coming here and what you would be doing. You are a shadow worker. And what you do is you trigger other people's shadow. Their deepest fears, their abandonment wounds, their insecurities, their distortions in the ego, sex, material things. You are here because you ruffle the feathers. You ruffle the feathers. And it is not like you are an antagonist by any means, right? You are divine, chosen soul to do this work. This is work that not everyone can handle. Like I said, this is specific. You were born into lineage, you were born into families that carry very deep, deep wounds and imbalances and disconnection from the soul for many, many generations. This is why you came here. To trigger the shadow and to help bring balance by triggering the shadows of humanity. A part of your soul work and mission was to constantly be isolated, to constantly be judged, to constantly be criticized, to constantly be manipulated. You have dealt with many, many dark energies and many demons. And when I say demons, I do not mean the shadow demons that help. Because yes, they're out there, just like the angels, right? Just like the ascended masters. You have dealt with very dark forces that, sorry guys, you won't really notice, but the video got cut off because as I'm saying you've dealt with very dark forces, we had an interruption in the video. So anyways, okay, here we go. So you've dealt with many dark forces that masked themselves as family members, parents, a lot of narcissistic parents, a lot of parents that project their wounding upon you. Again, because you, from even a young age as a child, you were triggering their shadows. Okay. It got worse for many of you as you got older though. I'm hearing your parents, a lot of people around you looked at you and thought of you and tried to label you as defiant. Like you were a bad seed, or you were defiant, or you were a problematic teenager or child. Because you could see through the illusion of the restrictions, the confines, and the lies. I'm hearing no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Okay. So you've been in isolation. You came here to be this shadow worker. In past lives, you are a very ancient wise soul, and you can handle this type of work, which is why you are here, and which is why you have overcome, and you're here now talking in front of me, watching this video. If you find this video and it resonates, this is your message, this is your sign, this is your confirmation. Okay? Each time you have been tricked, manipulated, dealt with narcissists, sociopaths, liars, 222 on the timer. Every time you've been betrayed, brainwashed by those that you trusted or thought that you could, you came back. You came back from those shadows. And the people you left behind stayed within them. You activated and triggered. And that's why it's been so isolating, so lonely. You've done this by yourself with no help from others. Divine support, yes. But for the most part, you had to become fully independent. You had to fully come back to self. You had to fully be not codependent on others or material things. You've learned to be emotionally dependent. You've learned to be financially dependent. You've learned to be mentally strong and totally independent mentally, physically. You have been through hell and back, but you have continued to love your vessel, to take care of yourself, to get better. And it's like Spirit is just wanting to congratulate you in such a huge way, because this is your confirmation of you did it. That does not mean that the mission work is done. That does not mean that there won't be, more ebb and flow, trial and tribulation, darkness and light seasons and cycles, etc. in life, because that's kind of just how it goes, right? But I'm telling you that this is the point. This is the pivotal point where you see redemption. You see, I'm hearing Bob Marley, redemption song, right? These songs of freedom, 'cause all I've ever had, redemption songs. So this is your message of redemption. This is your message of freedom. 444. So let's get some messages. Let's start out with the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. That is so crazy, by the way, guys. I mean, it's not crazy. It's totally like, I understand, because I'm not surprised that the video got interrupted, right, as I was talking about dark forces. These are dark forces that masked as people in your life that you thought loved you, that you thought were your friends, that you thought were loyal to you because you were loyal to them. You've always shown such love, such loyalty. I'm seeing loyalty in big, big letters. You've always given freely, given, more than what you have at times, helped someone financially when you couldn't truly afford it, whatever it is. But you have left a trail. You're a trailblazer. Who I'm talking to is a trailblazer. Merlin is coming through. Hello, Merlin. Merlin is here, speaking of dark alchemy. When I say dark alchemy, I mean the shadow alchemy. I mean taking that pain and being this alchemist from lead to gold. Okay, that's what you've done. You've taken that lead, the heaviness, and you wielded it into gold. So Merlin is coming through, confirming divine alchemy. You've mastered divine alchemy, dark alchemy. Very connected to the obviously to the shadow, but this is very Plutonian energy right now. Pluto, Jupiter, there's a conjunction happening. Okay, so there could be a lot of expanse. It's like people's shadows are being lit up, okay? So just kind of, you know, be aware of that, my loves. People could just be very extra triggered, pop off even. A lot of people are seeing how they've, you know, it's almost like what I'm getting is a lot of the people that you've connected to or even still connect to right now, they are starting, I think for some of them, to reflect on that. Like they're finally seeing, and they're like maybe going through like the Rolodex of life, and they're going, I just saw 717, 718, 719. They're going through their Rolodex of life and memories, because that's what's happening for many of us. The Rolodex is flipping and we're going right through things. Things are popping up, past life memories, situations, people, old lovers, old friends. And these people from the past, my trailblazers, my shadow workers, my chosen light warriors, they're reflecting a lot on you, by the way. So it's almost like what I'm getting is like, for a lot of you guys, there's healing taking place within people that were really hurtful to you. And if you're in a high vibration, for who this is for, you will have compassion for them. You have forgiven them, or you know, you understand how this all works. So you don't hold ill will towards these people. You've been clearing bad energy, dense energy, stuck energy, old emotion. You're not harboring and holding on to the pain, the anger, the resentment, the, you know, oh my gosh, I'm like, my mind just went blank. Anyways, you're not holding on to all of those negative emotions and feelings that keep you stuck. You've released that, or you're like, you've been working through that. You've come to a place of, I forgive them. I understand. I'm not condoning what happened. I'm not, you know, I'm just forgiving. I'm not forgetting. It's like that. And these other people feel that. Now, you trigger a lot of shadows just walking through a grocery store or down the street. So people could just, you know, you could be getting just, you know, people staring, maybe even dirty looks. Someone says something rude to you. Okay, whatever it is, it can be it's very difficult to be this powerful shadow worker. To trigger that dark side of others. You being a mirror to the dark side. You guys, I have been a shadow worker my entire life. And over the last few years, I've seen it so strongly. Like how I trigger people's shadows. You know? A big thing for me is people being in competition with me, people being jealous or envious of me. I've always dealt with this my whole life. And I could never understand it. I just don't understand how people could be like that or think that way, right? You know? But now I get it, because I mirrored to them their insecurities. Like I mirrored to them like a version of them that they are and could be if they chose to be. Does that make sense, right? So let's see what the cards say here. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This is like the tower. So you trigger the crumbling, the tower energy within people. It can be very difficult for people to be around you, right? And that's not, you know, it's because of just it's because they feel exposed. It's because they feel seen. They feel, they know that you can see them, and they feel completely exposed, and they feel like you can see, and you trigger what they're clinging on to. You trigger their deepest fears, wounds, their addictions, their codependencies, their, you know, their traumas, you know, the ways that they judge themselves, the ways that they think about themselves, you know, the ways that they're not being honest with themselves. Like you trigger the crumbling within other people. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And if, to me, look at that lightning, look at that sky, and look at these dark, right? You see this beauty right here, but there's all this darkness all around. That's what you trigger. You create these lightning bolts as you connect with people and move around through life. The bigger the pain, you guys, one of my favorite most sayings ever is the bigger the pain, the bigger the purpose. Like I said, you had to be alone and you had to go through all of this stuff where you just felt like, you know, it's almost like you repelled people. You felt like, what the hell? You know? Like, I'm nice, I'm genuine, I'm, you know, loving, I'm kind, whatever, you know? I'm a good friend. I'm a good, you know, family member. Like, I don't understand why these people are so mean to me or so projecting towards me. That's why. And the bigger the pain, the bigger the purpose, and the bigger the glory. So I want you to know, those of you guys who are these shadow workers, okay? Yes, you are a light worker, but like I said, the shadow worker is someone here who, yeah, you emanate a high vibe frequency and you are of the light and God's source and of this cosmos, etc. But you're a shadow worker where you are here, and a huge part of your mission is to trigger that dark shadow energy. You trigger people's demons. You irritate their demons. Okay, bottom of the deck is the Sister of the Rose, beauty and devotion. See, you are beautifully devoted. You are a beautiful soul. Okay, but you learned these deep levels of devotion and healing and spiritual work and love and unity consciousness from your past lives. Many of you guys may resonate as Sisters of the Rose. I am a Rose lineage priestess, a Magdalene. Okay, beauty and devotion, a priestess, a mystic, and a teacher. Yep, there you are. This is exactly who I'm talking to. Okay, but you have to think, right? They're the light and the shadow, the light and the dark, right? So you really help move a lot of the shadow in the world. You've always kind of been this way, right? You've always been able to really easily tune into other people's shadows or pick up on a situation that felt very not good or bad or evil or off. And you said, let's get out of here. This is not good. I can feel something's about to happen, or I don't like the way I feel with these people around at this party, or do you know what I mean? You were always like, I'm out of here. Like, I can feel this. This is not good energy. You were highly, highly, highly in tune with this stuff even way before your awakening. Okay? Highly, highly, highly intelligent cosmic being is who I'm speaking to right now. You came into this world, and even when you were 3-4 years old, right, you were highly, highly intelligent. You were just a toddler. So you didn't know how to earthly speak and all the things quite yet, right? But you knew. And for a lot of you guys, you grew up in very negative, dark environments, or where there was a lot of just dark energy or negativity or fighting or, you know, abuse or whatever it is. And you absorbed a lot of that. Even at a young age, you were absorbing this, and you've taken a lot of it on and you've carried it with you through life, and it's time to let it go. A lot of you guys have been doing that, but if not, you need to. This is your sign. Okay. But you also, okay, even from a young age and through life and even now and going forward, you have also helped take on shadow, but also transmute a lot of the shadow. Okay? Like, of your parents, of your siblings, or, you know, grandparents, or people around you, you know, your friends' parents, you know, like maybe you spend the night at your friend's house and their parents are just a very negative energy, unhappy marriage, whatever, right? Even though it's not being shown maybe in the 3D, maybe they put on this whole like, oh, we're a happy family. Hope you have fun tonight in your sleepover. But you knew, you could feel, no, there's something going on. I could feel the entity energy around the situation, right? Okay, you are the mystic, you are the teacher. You are teaching people what it looks like to shine love. 555 on the timer. Because you are this powerful starseed. What lights you up? This is the time where you've been really thinking about that, and Spirit is asking you, what lights you up? What do you want? What does your future hold? What does it look like? Because it's yours. Because it's yours. Because you have helped bring so much balance. Like your light work did not just start happening because of your awakening. You've been doing this your whole life. Now you're just aware of it. And now you're honing in on it and you're reconnecting to all kinds of other stuff and becoming just more of who you were, truly, right? But you have been doing this your whole life. That's why, like I said, you had to be alone. You maybe been in relationships, maybe you've been married, but if you were in a relationship, it was karmic very quickly. It maybe the red flags, your person. I think for a lot of you guys, you dealt with very, you triggered, you know, I'm getting like a woman and a man dynamic. So I'm seeing like a feminine woman who meets man, and it's karmic, and man latches onto woman, siphons her energy, becomes very possessive of woman, becomes very jealous of anyone giving woman attention or looking at woman or checking woman out. They try to maybe tell you what to wear and how to dress, and you're going to wear that out, this kind of thing. They try to diminish you. They kept siphoning until you grew smaller, and they suck you, they just like this until you just were nothing. And they just had all of you, right? I know a lot of you guys are going to resonate with that. That's literally how it is. Sucking like a, an entity, just a parasite. Were they aware of what they were doing? Maybe. Were a lot of them aware what they were doing? Probably not. It's just subconsciously, they just act like that. They just do that. Try to diminish you. Okay, this could be parents who did that to you, who tried to diminish you, who talked down to you or said you were nothing. How disappointing you are. Or, like I said, why do you have to be so difficult? Why are you so difficult? Right? And then that made you, am I difficult? Okay, maybe I am being difficult. You're right. Okay, how can I change? It was brainwashing. It was projecting. They were the ones who were difficult. They were the ones, not you. Okay. Whew. All right. So the fourth card here is birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. That's what this card, it says, what lights you up? And then the next one is birthing the new age and birthing and dreaming your new world into being. So very clearly, it's like God is coming through very strongly. The universe says, it's time for you to receive. It's time for you to experience your seasons of bliss, love, divine union, fertility, family, marriage, children, light work, light mission, new businesses, entrepreneurial stuff, rising in your career, however that is, writing that book, taking that trip, whatever it is. There's a sense of leisure energy here. I love this card. It's so beautiful. Okay. Okay, like think of Jesus. Yeshua, powerful light worker, right? And look what they did to him. The very humans that he was trying to help and save and love, they persecuted him. Many of you guys have known chains, slavery, persecution in lifetimes. You've had your power taken away so many times. You've been in the darkness so much in past lives. It is not a stranger to you. You have befriended the darkness. You have befriended the underworld. You have befriended that Plutonian Scorpio death card vibe. And you are now the phoenix who has risen from it all. And now you're showing others how to, but you will continue on your path. And the more you raise your frequency and vibration, the more you're going to trigger people. The only difference now is you're aligned with your soul, etc. And the difference now is you're in a place where it doesn't siphon you. It doesn't affect you the way that it did 20 years ago when you were however old. You know what I mean? You've learned those lessons. You've You've won those battles. Those things will never take you down again. That is so powerful. You freed your ancestors, every ancestor who could not overcome these things. Every ancestor that was abused, that was manipulated, that was, you know, their life was taken. Every ancestor that dealt with narcissists and that were falsely accused or judged or whatever it is. And you freed your children and children's children and children's going forward. Okay. I feel very called to get a Sacred Light Oracle card. And if you guys are interested, this one right here is Sacred Light Oracle. Okay. So let's go ahead and... Oh my gosh, I have an Amazon package coming right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, he'll just leave it at the door. I can see he just pulled up. All right, here we go. For the collective. Language of light. Wow. And then the violet fire. This is Saint Germain energy here. The violet fire is highly, 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 it's very powerful for transmutation work and for destroying, cleansing, diminishing, basically destroying dark, dense energies around you. And this is very important being a shadow worker. Being an earth angel, and yes, you know, of the stars, of the cosmos, but you, again, your mission is very specific. It's not your whole mission, obviously. It's just a big chunk of it where you've been doing this your whole life, but you've been very protected. It's like before you knew to protect yourself, you were highly protected. And then once you knew to protect yourself after awakening and stuff and started working maybe with these Saint Germain or Archangel Michael or, you know, whoever. Transmutation, detoxification, psychic vision, constant distractions. The darkness has put, there's been many dark distractions in your life, trying to veer you from your path. Your whole life. But you did not stray, okay? There's been so much transmutation, the scales of karma, cycle of disharmony, creating new traditions, unfortunate events. So this is like what you have gone through and what you have dealt with. A lot of cycles of disharmony. It's almost like your whole life has been disharmony in one way or the next. And sure, you've had good moments and happy times, etc. Of course. But there's been a lot of disharmony. A lot of unhappiness, discontent, and just sadness and isolation. Even if you had people around you, you felt alone. Okay. All right. What I'm getting is the scales of karma are, it's like spirit is going, just so you know, the scales of karma, those karmic people, those situations in the past, you've risen above it and you did your work, but these people never did. Now they are. Now they are. You are people's karma. You trigger the dark, negative karma wounds, karmic wounds and patterns that they need to heal. Okay? Like, you know, you've dealt with people in your life that just really did not like you. And even if they pretended to like you, they did not like you. Do you know what I mean? The language of light, number 18. Rediscovery, humble wanderer, and communication. So, you know, if you guys are new here, you know, I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium. I am an oracular priestess of the Hathor Isis lineage, as well as the Magdalene Rose lineage and Avalonian priestess. So, you know, thank you for being here. It's nice to meet you. But those of you guys who, you know, if you've been here with me, I channel light language. I'm a quantum healer. And a part of my most powerful healing work is using my light language. Many of you guys, your light language is activating at this time if it hasn't already. because it's a part of your soul. It's your soul language, okay, that you'll tap into, and there's a resonance there, but it'll also help you to heal yourself even more. And if you're called and guided, to help heal others too. And you'll know when the time is right and all the things. Communication. There's a lot of cosmic communication from your cosmic family. And then bottom of the deck, none other but Archangel Michael. It's so funny. I just looked down and saw him. Heart of a warrior. You have the heart of a warrior. You are a warrior. You have the heart of a true warrior, though. Where you go like the buffalo, like the bison, like you face the storms of life head on. You don't run from them. Maybe you have before, but you learned. You learned that you cannot run from the thunder. You cannot run from the lightning of life, from the storms of life. You have to face them head on to level up and to heal. Whatever it is that is creating the storm in the first place. Divine protection, that's what I said. So protected, so protected. Working with Archangel Michael, being very responsible with your own energy too. And synchronicities, yeah. So Archangel Michael's coming through saying there's a lot of synchronicities about what you're birthing and the dreams that you've been manifesting, and using that third eye to create this new world into being. Okay? And it's so funny because Merlin came through. This is not Merlin, but it's giving me that Merlin vibe, the druid, the sage. 23 could be specific. Magical alchemy, that's literally what I said about Merlin came through and talked to me about the dark alchemy and the magical alchemy of the shadow. Kali Ma energy coming through. Lilith energy is coming through very, very, very strongly. The dark feminine is what I'm getting here. Okay, so some of you guys are going to be very drawn to tantric practices, and tantric yoga. You will be opening up new doors and new pathways and going deeper into your sexual alchemy is what I want to say. Innovation, ingenuity, curiosity, ahead of your time. You've always been ahead of your time. You've always been ahead of your time because you're an old soul. And it's like adults may have been triggered by you too, because they felt this like very wise resonance about you. I'm almost getting like when adults maybe looked at you or saw your eyes, that they could see that you were very intelligent and wise and deep inside. And they picked up on this energy, even though they maybe didn't know what it was. But I'm just getting like even adults were like, you were intelligent, like you were more intelligent than a lot of the adults around you, and you knew it. And then we have Tibetan fire serpent. Wow, I love this. The fire serpent, Tibetan fire serpent, it's giving me the Kundalini energy that I was just talking about with the tantric yoga, tantric practices, really connecting to your Kundalini energy, to your fiery serpent within, and really working with that fire energy and the Kundalini energy. I'm getting Kundalini alchemy. Seeking a higher truth. You've always been seeking higher truth. You've always known that there was higher truth. You always saw that what was in front of you was not the truth. There was something more, and you knew that. You've always been discerning a better path, authority. So yeah, you've consistently had to, like I said, battle these demons and this darkness, but you naturally, organically align to your better path, even through the pain of your dark alchemy and magical alchemy. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here, my loves. I was going to read that, but I'm not going to now. It's all good. So I'm going to leave it here. So anyways, you know, whoever this is for, I know will find it. It's like your whole energy field just like radiates such strong truth and authentic energy. Okay, it's just like these shadow sides of people, etc. Okay, or even, you know, I don't know, this could be like at work. You might see like the politics in your workplace and just how, you know, manipulative and fake and false it is. You know, I worked in a lot of places like that in the corporate world. You like literally have to kiss people who are higher up. You have to kiss their ass, okay, to like, you have to be a schmoozer. You have to be, you know, an ass kisser is what I'm going to say, okay? And I was never, ever, ever going to be that, to try to like level up in a position, or, do you know what I mean? The hummingbird spirit. Oh, I love this. Card number 24, it breaks down to a 6 with the letter A. Enjoyment, be present. Yeah, this is all about like being in the present moment. It's about like things coming in and shifting very rapidly. The hummingbird speaks of a rapid response. Very resilient, which you are. Nectar, which is the food, the nourishment, the sweet nectar. And then the sweet goodness, being lifted out of negativity. Like, what did that one card say about the cycles? Yeah, cycles of disharmony. You are now lifted out. You've completed the cycles of disharmony. Okay, and you're being lifted out of the negativity, denseness. This is like your whole reality is shifting to be aligned to your high vibrational frequency. That's beautiful, right? Enjoying the sweet goodness of life, and then a lightness of being. Just enjoying life, lightness. Like I said, it's like this season of that. You may dream of the hummingbird or be visited by the hummingbirds. You could have more than regular, or one flies up to you and flutters in front of your face and flies away. That's all very significant. Okay, and then the element of water. Yeah, it's fluidity. Enchanting, fluidity, romantic, dreams, fantasy, mystic, artistic, emotional, intuitive. It's all the things. But it's also about things are fluid. Things are flowing in now. There's a lot flowing in. Look at that wave crashing into her. That's what's happening here. You're being lifted out of these negative spaces, places, relationships, homes, whatever it is. And your things are flowing in for you now, okay? Romance, a lot of healing. Your intuition and psychic abilities and spiritual gifts are just going like crazy right now. Yeah, a lot of enlightenment. Okay? You're about to see things way differently in your life. You're going to be seeing your life from a completely different perspective is what I'm getting here. After feeling maybe stagnant or some stuckness for a while, I'm hearing 6 months at least for a lot of you guys. You've been doing the work, right? It's almost like, you know, it's like trying to run in water. You know what I mean? Like trying to run through water. Have you ever tried doing that? You know? Like going against it, right? Or like when you were young and maybe you had a pool and you would do the whirlpools where you would, you know, you and your friends or your siblings, or you would go walk around and round and round in the pool, and you'd get all the water in the pool flowing in like a circular motion, and then you would turn around and try to go against the water coming at you that you just created, the whirl, and it would hit you really strong and you'd be trying to move forward. But that, okay, that's literally like what I'm getting here. Everything is flowing instead of moving against the current. So this is what I've got for you, my loves. You are a badass. You are so powerful. And there's just such amazing things up ahead. Okay? This is about rising above even what your current maybe circumstances are, and seeing from that very high perspective that you have, and trusting in that, and telling the universe what it is that you want, because for some of you guys, it's asking. You know, it's kind of like, okay, what do you want? We're getting a lot of mixed signals here. Be very precise about, I want this, right? I demand it now. Come to me now, you know? Anyways, I love you guys. This is what I've got for you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And we have more zodiacs coming up. It's just been crazy busy, you guys. Like yesterday, I worked for like part of the day, and then I had to be off the rest of the day. So anyways, just a lot. So I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. I will be loading more videos, and then I will be back to work on Sunday. So there will be more videos coming up then too, okay? So stay tuned. All right, guys. Bye.